Hello, everyone. My name is Clement Coulston, and I am part of the Inclusion Academy team. We are thrilled to be here today to be introducing you to the next phase of the project, which is the storyboard development. We truly appreciate reading all of your outlines and time and effort and creativity and expertise you have contributed thus far to this project, and we are really excited about this next phase in bringing the content to life. Before we get started, we want to share a bit more about where these courses will live once the Academy is live and provide additional context before you start with the storyboard process. So Special Olympics International uses Docebo as our learning management system. It is accessed by hundreds and thousands across the globe, serving many different roles. For this project, we are using an in-editor tool to create these modules. So this provides us with several benefits, and the top of them include one, translation. So there's an AI generated translation option when we utilize this in-editor tool. The second is size of the files and accessibility. One of the things that we continue to hear back and we're actively working on, and this is an example of that, is the fact that our learning content is very robust. However, because it is often very dense in the sense of file size, internet requirements, it is sometimes inaccessible for those in different parts of the world. So when they are hosted with, these courses are hosted within Docebo, they are truly at a size that focuses on as minimal as possible so that as many people as possible are able to access them with the internet connectivity they have, as well as the devices that they're using and knowing with memory limits and whatnot. So those are the two key reasons why we are utilizing this, and we're continuing to be really excited of what this has to offer. So what we've done is we've created a PowerPoint presentation, which you will use in order to build out the storyboard. So really transitioning the content from outline format to learner-ready content. Once we receive back the storyboard and we're ready to go, what we will be doing from our end at Special Olympics is utilizing the in-editor tool to create it. So you will notice that this process I'm doing now is very similar to what is being done in PowerPoint, and that's intentional. So our first step that we're going to ask you to do is choose a layout. Now, this is because for each screen that will appear here, that is one page that the learner will be able to interact with, digest with, before having to click the next button to go to the next screen. So the first piece is looking at what layout do I want at the top of my screen. So for me, I'm going to go with this: title, paragraph, and image. So you see it automatically populates a title section, a paragraph section, as well as a picture. So what we will be asking you to do is first select that. There's a slide for each of them in the PowerPoint slide, and then you'll be completing the information. Please note that with the paragraph, there is several formatting options. One is you're able to do bold, italics, underline, strike through. You're able to change the color of select words. Now, please note that the color that you choose may not be the one that is final, based on the fact of making sure that we align our colors with the Inclusion Academy. However, we will know that based on your color selection, that we will ensure that that is a different color in that final stage that aligns with the Academy's objectives. You're also able to adjust font and text size. You're able to do left align, centered, right, justify text. So very common features that are within Microsoft Word that are here too. You're also able to do a number list, bullet list, and links. So first you do that in selecting the layout type. But then you might realize, well, I need a bit more for this screen before the learner goes to the next screen. So that's when you are going to then use additional elements that are listed in the PowerPoint to build out this screen. So I'm going to do title and subtitle. So you'll see that this is stacking. So I'll do um, section 1. Looks like it will be a great course. And then I'm going to then insert a list. So I'm going to create list, and you'll see this auto populates. So this is what we will be doing on our end once we receive the PowerPoint templates. Now, please note, if you are comfortable and would prefer to actually build out your storyboard within this system, we can definitely make that happen. However, we just want to be mindful knowing that it is a new system for many, and that PowerPoint is something that a lot of us have utilized in our day-to-day work. So we wanted to provide different options. So yes, so this will be the how it's created. I'll quickly do preview so you can see how this looks like from this. And then what we'll do is once you're ready to create a second screen, you will duplicate the layout template in PowerPoint and choose which one you want. So these are the 5 that are available. You'll click it. This will start out the screen, and then you'll be able to insert your other elements and whatnot here. So with that, I'm going to transition to the slide deck. So let me stop sharing my screen. And let me go to my other screen. Okay. Let's do this. Start sharing. Excellent. So this is the template that you will receive in conjunction with this email. So you will list your topic area, and this is just a brief description that says each slide represents one screen, and this is aligned with Docebo. And then for you, this is what you will write exactly what you want the learners to see. So how to use this: one slide equals one Docebo screen. However, you can use as many screens as necessary to break out content in a meaningful way. In one of our courses, I saw there was about 40 screens. Now, mind you, I know that our content is not going to be as long for that one. So, but just to show an example, there's not a limit or minimum or maximum of how many screens, but we want to make sure that they're digestible, easy to access and to understand, and can help the learner progress through the content. Content appears from top to bottom, and images should be linked. If you're a visual learner, you may embed the image in the PowerPoint. However, please ensure that the original file is in the SharePoint, just so that there's no distortions in image quality once we go to upload. Formatting text roles, already went through this. So now I'm just going to step 1. So just select a base screen. These are the 5 that you saw on the previous screen. And then these are the actual templates. So when you are ready, you're gonna be like, you know what, Clem, I'm gonna start with this first one. So once you're ready, you would click here, you'll duplicate it, and then you would add the title text, the paragraph text, with any of the formatting that you would like, based that we discussed earlier, as well as the alternate image description and the link. So once you do that, then you'll be able to jump to Step 2, so building out the rest of the screen using a combination of elements and activities. The adaptable templates are on the next slide, but this slide just shows an example of what is available. So let's go to that slide. So say if I chose that first section and I want to add a list, I'll be able to just kind of copy here, go to that duplicated one that I did, and write my list here. So you would be continuing to build out this screen until you're ready for your next screen. You'll notice here that there's various different types of elements. So we have the title, a title, subtitle, paragraph list, and then the activities. Some of them are more for like assessments, whereas others are more interactive, such as the matching pairs, flashcards, and whatnot. So we're really empowering you as a subject matter experts to determine what activities will be most relevant for your course that we can use. After you're done that, then you'll duplicate a slide 1 template to build out the next screen. So here is an example of one that I built out. So I decided to use the base screen 2, the title and paragraph. So you'll see I added the title here. I added the text paragraph. For this, I didn't see the need to do any bolding or any type of special fonts or types and whatnot, but this is where you could do that. And then this is where I added the additional pieces of, oh, I wanted a subtitle and then a paragraph, and I listed what that would be, and then I put the image as well. So this would be an example of what you would create for us, and then we would be able to export that into the system. So I know we wanted to make this as concise as possible, so we are providing this with a complete open invitation to please let us know what questions, concerns, curiosities you may have. We are available via email, WhatsApp, as well as just regular meetings. Just sending us the email saying, need some time to connect live, here's my availability, and we'll be able to make that happen. So again, we're so appreciative of your time and investment into this Inclusion Academy. We are truly excited for what is ahead, knowing that educators from across the globe are going to be benefiting from this content and therefore being able to apply these applicable action-based ideas, activities, and resources in their work with youth leaders with and without intellectual disabilities across the globe. So with that said, thank you very much, and we'll be in touch. Take care. Bye-bye.